Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. And today we are building a lovely family home for a crystal crafter and her two children. She has a toddler son and also a daughter who is a child. And I wanted to build this in Moonwood Mill, and I really enjoyed the fact that we got so many like furniture options with werewolves that really complement the Crystal Creation stuff pack. I know everybody's talking about how Realm of Magic is perfect for it, and I totally agree with you, but I really also think that the werewolves stuff pack has many items that really just look like they should all have gone together in the first place. So I wanted to explore that here. So you'll see I'm adding these columns from Horse Ranch, and then the siding and the doors and the windows right here are from werewolves, as well as the stairs and the railing. Lots of werewolves going on. But this shell came together pretty quickly. I didn't have an inspiration image. I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, but I really had this idea that maybe this was an old factory at one point, and maybe it was just one level, or maybe it was a partial second level, but not really fully meant to be a family home, but it has since been fully renovated, and it is ready to be a family home. So now we're figuring out the roofing situation. What I did was I made a separate attic space, so you'll see that right here, and then I just used slanted roof piece on either side and then the regular gabled roof on top to make like a hidden kind of attic area. And that ends up being the room for the child. And then over here we have an outdoor upper deck space for like skill building and stargazing. I thought that was really fun. I added a little bit more of a bump out here as well because I thought they needed a little bit more space upstairs. Also, this is where the toddler's room ends up going, and I just copied the roof piece from the front, and I thought that that worked out really well. And then that tiny little room off to the side ends up being a greenhouse. So I do add a roof piece here and then make it kind of rounded to signify that that's going to be a greenhouse for future me to know. And then we use this lovely mossed roof texture from werewolves, and also the sheet metal roof texture is from werewolves. The top one has skylights and the rest of it does not, which I thought made also a lot of sense. I hope that we get more skylights options in our roof swatches at some point, because that is really nice. And then also we have this roof changing a little bit, but I have a glass roof above where the greenhouse is going to go, and obviously I get rid of that ceiling piece so that it is all open, and that's pretty much it. Also, the attic bedroom space has a completely open ceiling, which lets in really nice light from the skylights and from the holes in the ceiling. I'm assuming those are, you know, epoxied over so nothing actually leaks. It just kind of looks cool. That's my running theory. But we're just adding some lights so we can see what we're doing, and then we're working on our stairway. So we have a double staircase here. This one is from Base Game, and I just put it in the middle of the room, and then I enclosed it with some walls. That ends up being our room separator between the living, kitchen, dining spaces. And over here we have our archway going in from werewolves, and this space ends up being our crystal crafter's room. I had added that lovely closet from Get Together in that nook underneath the stairs, and adding some windows to the greenhouse from Greenhouse Haven, because that just makes a lot of sense. It's all in the name. And I did make this a medium wall height, so I had to change the door to the medium size, but that worked out pretty well. Also, we are now in the kitchen, so we are adding these countertops from Jungle Adventure. I really thought they looked rustic enough, but yet still modern to be in this kitchen. And the fridge and stove end up being from the Country Kitchen kit, because they do look kind of old-fashioned, but like they're newer. They're just meant to look older. You know what I mean? They're styled in a very vintage fashion. So adding this door from Cats and Dogs. And then I think what I end up doing here is figuring out where the dining table is going to go. I used this one from Horse Ranch because it has the wrought iron legs and the lovely mixed wood tone tabletop. I just really like it. And then we have the fireplace from Cottage Living going right here as well. And this rug from Crystal Creations. I do end up changing the swatch later, but you'll see that all in due time. And then I pick out the couch, and the couch is from Desert Luxe. And later on, I end up changing the swatch to more of a pink swatch. Here, I'm just messing around with all the wood tones, but I do go back to the original because I enjoyed how that all looked. Just making this wall a little bit wider because I didn't like how it kind kind of clipped with the couch, but I didn't want to move where the couch was because it was centered with a fireplace. It was a big conflict. But here we have the bookshelves going in. I have one over here with the ladder. That one came with Crystal Creations. And then I also have his match going in later on without the ladder on the opposing wall. But for now, we're going to add this globe bar from the Vintage Glamour stuff pack. I always get that one and Luxury Party confused in my brain, even though they are very different. And then also this lovely plant from Bloomin' Rooms, because I love it oh so very much. And then we are into the Crystal Creators crafting room. I love it very much. We have the desk and the little end table. Also, the charging plate goes on top of that table, but you can easily move it outside, right outside the window, and I think that it's very nice. Also, that plant and the hanging wall organizational tool thingy-majiggy. And then we have some display cabinets. We have some wall-mounted ones going up right here. And then I do add the computer desk eventually, which goes with that desk chair. And then also we have this hutch over here and the love seat from the new pack as well. So pretty much just pulled out everything from the new pack and wanted to use it in this room. So we have the computer desk here, and I do pick out a computer. I think I just use it's not the most expensive desktop in the game, but it is definitely up there. It's one of the more expensive ones. And then we're adding a plant next to the love seat. And for the window behind it, I use this one from Laundry Day. And then for the rest of it, I think I'm just changing up the wallpaper and the flooring ever so shortly. But first we are adding some windows here from For Rent. I really like these super tall windows. I think they just add so much light and they just look so pretty. I think I use them also in the dining room behind the dining table because I needed a little bit more light in that room, and those windows just work perfectly. Also, that window from Strangerville looks strangely like the display cabinets, so I thought that kind of blended in really well on that wall. Like it's a sneaky little window. And then we have the purple swatch of the new moon and sun and crystal wallpaper going in. That came with the new pack, and the flooring is from Paranormal Stuff Pack. Also, which goes very, very well with this new stuff pack. Then you will see upstairs, we are getting started on the floor planning of the upstairs. So we end up making a toddler's room right there. This space over here that I'm working in now ends up having 2 bathrooms. They are both ensuite bathrooms, basically, because I thought that made... Well, I thought it made a little bit more sense, but also when I had a door in the hallway to make it not an ensuite for the one bathroom, but I just didn't like the way it looked when it was, paired with the stairs that have to go up to the attic bedroom. So I just made both of these bathrooms ensuites. So the child sim, if they have to go to the bathroom, they have to come down from their room and pick which bathroom they're going to go to and just sneak through the room and hope not to wake anybody up. I'm assuming that mom would rather her use her bathroom in the middle of the night so she doesn't wake up her little brother. But which, also just got the quirk when I was playing that he is a light sleeper. So not ideal. Definitely not ideal. But we have this door going in here from Seasons to lead out to our back deck. And that's pretty much what we have so far. And then we're adding all of our bathroom stuff. Now, all of this changes, but I wanted to make sure I got a toilet, a sink, and a shower into each bathroom so that I knew what direction I was going in when I came back. Also, we extended the parents' bedroom ever so slightly so that she had a little bit more room for her bed. And then over here, we are using the werewolves. We end up using the werewolves toddler bed in this room, but this bunk bed here that I just pulled out from Dream Home Decorator goes upstairs in the child's room because I thought that would be a better fit for her up here in this room. And I do end up changing a whole bunch of swatches, which you will see the end result of very shortly. But here's that bed I said I was going to pick out from Werewolves, and pretty much I just kind of based the whole room around the color scheme and the style that I picked depending on the bed for each room. And here's that telescope going in on the back deck. And then I think just the roof trim maybe for this. Yes, I do add this roof trim. Also, base game. And I just think that this house came out super cute. We also have some wall decoration separating, and then this lovely corner window for the inside the roof pieces. Those are from Growing Together. I really like them. They're really, really cute. And then we have more horse ranch windows going in. So we have this one here, this like rectangular one that looks like it has crankouts, and then we have 2 singular windows on either side. I also end up adding some square windows where the bathrooms go because I thought that would look really, really nice here, and I could kind of make it symmetrical in the front and back, but it didn't really matter because I ended up moving the top window or the front window back ever so slightly. And then just some more little windows, and then this rectangular window again. And then about this time is where I decide to fix this back deck piece. So what I decided to do was add some more pillars and then kind of extend this piece out ever so slightly. And then I also extended the flat piece, and I think that looked really nice. Also adding some for rent tile to the front here, and then the foundation on the house itself ends up being from the Castle Estate kit, and the front and back porches end up being from Snowy Escape, and I think that that gives a little bit more interest to the foundation when they're 2 different ones, and I thought that looked really, really cool. And then we're in the kitchen. We're finishing up in here now, so you'll see I added an end piece countertop to the end there, and then we're putting in our overhead cabinets. I also threw in this very large kind of pantry cabinet over here next to the fridge, kind of frame it in a little bit. The shadows are weird here because I hadn't moved that saucer light yet, but once I move it away from the wall, it'll be fine. And then we have the shelves from the Jungle Adventure pack going in as well. There's one that's all empty and one that has like stuff on it, little vases and such, and I do clutter that up ever so shortly. But first we're adding more of these for rent tall windows that we have in the crystal room, and also the chairs from Jungle Adventure, which pair really nicely with the table from Horse Ranch, and I did not anticipate that, but it really does look like they were made in the same pack. And then I'm using Tool Mod right here to size up the fridge. You'll also see that I added those long hanging lanterns, and they are from the Paranormal Stuff pack. They are over the dining room table. I love them so much. I don't get to use them very often, but I did in this one. And just adding some more brick accents to all the interior walls that I can. And here we are figuring out the rest of the wallpaper. I do pick this light green one for now, but I change it to a different swatch of that wallpaper. That is a base game wallpaper, and I change it to like a darker green. But we are in the kitchen once more. We are going to pick out the tile for this singular wall here. I do pick this one from base game, the like tan with the diamond tile. I don't know why, but it just seemed to work. I really liked it, and it took me a very long time, more time than I'd like to admit, to pick that out. So I think it came out really nice. And then the flooring here is from base game. It came with, right before we got Cottage Living, they gave us that one for base game, so it's very, very nice. There's that matching bookcase I was talking about earlier. Then adding this base game mega futon couch with this really ornate kind of orangey blanket on top. I went through all the swatches till I found this one because I really like it. I don't get to use this one often either, and I like to use things when I can. And then the curtains are from Dream Home Decorator. I think they tie in some of the yellows and blues that are hidden in this room, so it's not quite so dark with the brick, and just moving everything around so that it fits better with the curtains, and adding some more pillars. Over here in this corner, we are going to have the flower arranging table right here, and then just above it I add some wall decoration. So I put in these like little oblong frames on the wall, and I thought that some flowers in there would look nice. So there's like a vase with some greenery in it, and then these hanging air plants that came with Tiny Living, and I think they look really nice too. They have so many swatches. It's a very handy little item when I get to use it, and I really enjoyed that section. There's also a hanging light from Cottage Living above that table. And then we are at the wall behind the couch. So I decided to grab a bunch of these different like collages from different packs. That first one I put down was from For Rent. This one I'm putting down is from Growing Together. And basically I took a bunch of different wall collages, squished them together, and made my own kind of gallery wall over here. And this one is from Base Game with all of the very pretty landscapes and portraits. And then this big one from Paranormal Stuff with Guidry right there. I just thought it looked really cool. There's like enough empty space, but it's not like completely full. I don't know. I really like it. I think it turned out really cool. And then the end tables from Horse Ranch that go very nicely with the rest of the wood in this home, adding those lights from Cats and Dogs. And then here I am changing those swatches like I said I would, and I think that comes out really cool. So here are these other matching curtains from the front going in just in the longer style to fit these big windows. And I think that this whole room is pretty much done. I think I do come back later and finish really cluttering it up. Here we go. We're in the kitchen. This is where this was my next build session. So we have the sink going in. I think that's base game. And then this dishwasher from Parenthood. And now we are going to be filling up these shelves ever so slightly. We have this oil lamp once more. I use that a lot in this home. And then we have some soap and, well, a soap pump and then a little soap dish, which I like to pretend is like a sponge for washing dishes. That's just what it looks like to me. So I like to pretend that it's a sponge and not a bar of soap. And that goes right here at the sink. I had to fiddle around to get it all to fit. Then we have a dish rack from For Rent, which I use constantly now. It just looks realistic and I enjoy it. And then adding this casserole dish from, what is it? Country Kitchen Kit, same as the fridge and stove. And these small appliances, the Instant Pot and the kettle. And then we are adding 2 more square windows, same as upstairs, right here to this space, and they fit quite nicely. And then also this awesome little fairy garden. I thought that looked so cool right here in the corner on this cabinet. And I did add this light. I think that's like the moon petal flower light from Werewolves. I thought that looked nice in the corner and helped brighten up a little bit because at night it is very dark in this kitchen. And there's a cutting board and some knives from Cool Kitchen Stuff going up here on the wall. And I was looking around for more clutter, so I found these cookbooks, and I decided that they would look nice here, sized down, up on these shelves. And I did have to use Tool Mod to raise them to the proper height because they were not in the correct spot. And then we have some spices also on that shelf. I think that's it for the clutter on the shelves because I didn't want to overdo it. And then we have this lovely light from Eco Lifestyle. And then we are picking out the TV here. This one fits really nice on that fireplace without having to do too much adjusting. So that was nice. And then we are in the greenhouse and we are adding the Greenhouse Haven lights, the Greenhouse Haven table, all of these different pots. And I put some on the ground. I put some up on the table. A bunch of different seedlings, one in like the little kind of egg carton looking container, and then 2 little singular pots, and also these squirt bottles here for watering and misting your seedlings. Very important. We're coming along with spring very, very shortly where I am, and getting me in I have to get in the headspace for that. But we have all of these things arranged on the table very neatly with alt placing. And then we are adding some planter pots right here, just 3 in the corner here. I didn't want to put the crystal tree in here. I thought it would be too big for this space. You wouldn't be able to get around. So the crystal tree is here, but it goes outside. And you will see that later on. You'll probably just see a little plot of dirt because I didn't set it to blooming until I had my family here. And then we have our little back deck area. So this little mini table from Greenhouse Haven, also decorative, going right there. And then this box right here is actually storage. So I thought that was nice. And adding just some more like dirt and watering can and a little gardening tray. I thought that was nice back here. Now we are upstairs. We are in the bathrooms, and we're going to do the same thing for both bathrooms as far as the tile is concerned for the walls and the floor. The upstairs hallway has the same flooring, and then the walls have like that pinkish tone with the wood on top and bottom. And the tile in the bathroom is this like beige kind of pixelated looking tile. I think it goes really well with the Realm of Magic wall tile. Then the mirror is from Crystal Creations. I really enjoy that. And the sink I replaced with this one from High School Years because I like the Art Deco feel. And then the toilet I replaced with this one from Base Game. It's like my favorite fancy looking toilet. I don't know why, but I really like it. And then breaking out our bathroom clutter stuff, we have our toothpaste cups, we have our soap pumps, and then we have our toilet paper rolls going in, and then the plungers go into each bathroom. It was very convenient having the bathrooms this close together when I was decorating because I just had to do very minute movements and just copy and paste. It was quite nice. And then I was figuring out a cabinet for this. So I put the growing together one in here, but then when I got to the mom's bathroom, I pulled out the one from Horse Ranch and I like that one better. So I do replace the one from Growing Together with another Horse Ranch one and just move it a little bit closer to the wall. And that's pretty much it for the start of the bathroom. I also replace the shower tub combo with this one from Growing Together. It is my favorite one. It is arguably the best one at this point, so I do that. And then I had to move the window in the mom's bathroom because it is clipping, as you can see, so I move it to the side. And that I don't think that's really a big deal. I don't think it really matters. We don't need perfect symmetry. And then we have the mailbox going in from Werewolves because I think that's fitting. Now back here, I'm making a sneaky little platform so that if the daughter is playing outside on her playground equipment, she can easily get upstairs to her room or to the bathroom if she needs to, and she doesn't have to go inside the house and up all the stairs. She can just make her sneaky little getaway. And then we are back in the entryway space, and I'm going to be decorating at this point. So we have some paintings going in. There's a hanging tapestry from For Rent, and then these photos going up here in the stairwell are from Werewolves. And then over here in the crystal room, we break out a bunch of different crystal stuff. We have another light from Jungle Adventure, and then these wall lights, the little bug lights in a purple swatch, are from Realm of Magic. And then this light also from Jungle Adventure, the little lantern on the desk. And just some more plants. I pull out this base game one. I like putting him on the floor. And then this guy from the Bloomin' Rooms kit, and the very lovely Werewolves mirror with the plants and the crystals on it. It fits so nicely here. You can't tell me those weren't made for each other. I love it. And then changing the swatch on this rug to the black and gold swatch. I have not used that one yet, and I really like it, and it is the default swatch, so thought it would look nice in here. Adding some curtains from High School Years as well, and then I changed the swatch to like this light blue and kind of teal looking boho. I really like it. I think it looks cool. And then we have some more wall hanging art here from Crystal Creations. And I also wanted to throw in some crystals from Debug in here for your display cabinet. Later on, I will end up pulling out from the gallery a whole bunch of rooms with crystals in it, and I will put up the creator's name on there, so if you wanted to grab those same rooms with all of the different crystals, you can do so. It's very convenient. I really enjoy that us creators have done that for all of us to share. I think it's very nice. And here I am cluttering up this bookshelf. Those first two items that were on there, the little book with the ink on it, and then the bottom with like the letters and the tamp, those are from Werewolves. And then obviously the other two items are from the new Crystal Creations stuff pack. Just using Tool Mod to get everything level because that bothers me. And then we are pulling out some more clutter for this bookshelf. So we have like a wolf skull or a cowplant skull, one of those, and then some lovely wolfy decorations to go up here. Those are actually collectibles. Those are from Debug, so your sim can find those in the world of Moonwood Mill. And then we added some plants, some more crafting accessories, and that is it for this entryway. Besides the lighting, I do add just more of these hanging wall lanterns from Horse Ranch. I like the glow they give off. I think it's very cute. Adding some bags here to the greenhouse because I figure those are her produce harvesting bags that she likes to use. And then some floor mats out here, and also another hanging plant on the back deck to give it a little more something. And then over here I picked out a tiny plant from Bloomin' Rooms and some salt and pepper, and also that little lily or the moonflower lamp again. And then I took a little nod from Jessica Pye. I grabbed these poles and I lined up where the table was so that I could perfectly line up where the middle of my clutter was going to be and go around that. It's very handy to do so. You can use any item to do that, like a tall lamp or whatever you want to, but it's a very handy tool. Also adding some wood and some fireplace tools next to the fireplace. And then here we are in the toddler's room. So you'll see a lot of things change. Here is a dresser from Parenthood. And then I pull out this little stuffed wolf toy and also the lamb. And then I think the only other thing, oh yes, the big Yeti, the Bigfoot stuffy. I put him over there. And then the mirror on the wall is from Movie Hangout Stuff. I just like the shape and the color, and you'll see that the wallpaper has changed a bunch, but I do go with this gold one from the new stuff pack, and then I changed the swatch of the dresser. I had already changed the swatch of the bed to be like that gold and green and kind of light wood color, so that is where I went with the rest of this room. That's how it came together. But we also have a stuffed llama, and we have a toy box. I'm just arranging everything in here just so, and then I think I pull out some wall decals for this wall. We have a moon, we have a little wolf, we have an owl, and then this moth I put on the wall here behind the bed, and then also a nightlight so that nobody has any nightmares, monsters under the bed or anything. Also, that curtain is from Growing Together, and that purple swatch, I just wanted to bring in some more purple because it was a little yellow in here for me. And then adding that dog light from my first pet stuff, which I hardly ever use, but I thought that it was fun. And then here's just some starry lights on the wall. I thought that was very cute also, and moving everything around so it would fit. I also had to move stuff around off camera when I was playtesting so that our toddler could get into the bed. I didn't realize he couldn't do that, but there is our potty, and then here's a wall-mounted bookshelf. I'm using tool mod to lower it down, and that is it for that. Back to the bathroom to decorate some more. I have a medicine cabinet, a toilet paper roll on the back of the toilet, and a little rubber ducky. And then we are picking out these colorful hanging towels for him, and the mom gets a plain towel, and she also gets a pretty plain like lattice style bath mat, and the baby gets a lovely colorful bath mat, and that one is from high school years as well. And then here we are in the hallway, and you'll see me kind of jump around because this one took me way too long to decorate. But first I'm adding some hanging baskets, and then later I'll come back to that. But we have mom's room has changed orientation quite a bit. The end tables and the dresser are from For Rent. And then the wall plank light thing is from Seasons. And then over here we are adding the Crystal Creations like console table, I guess you'd call that. I just call it like a display table, and also that plant one more time. And I pulled out a bunch of the clutter from the new stuff pack, like the jewelry boxes, and also a mirror from Seasons. I think arguably my favorite mirror to use in a home. I like the gold tone. It kind of matches some of the accents in the room anyway. And then I just had to use alt placement to put everything where I wanted it to be. I believe I also add a candle to this table, the one from the bathroom clutter kit. And later on, I do add some crystals as well in here. And this little tray over here with the candle on it is like a smudging kit, and that came with Horse Ranch. And I thought maybe, you would want to burn sage if you were looking at the moon and stars and worshiping crystals. So I thought that worked. Also this tapestry from high school years, and then the rug also from high school years. It is flowery at the moment, but I do change it back to that the moon phases swatch later on, and the curtain matches the bed perfectly, and I just love that. And then also adding some more plants. The flower, the Birds of Paradise, is from For Rent, and the other plant is from Modern Luxe. And then here is also a cow plant in a little glass terrarium to match the terrarium on the other side of the room with the crystals. And these dream catchers are from Paranormal Stuff Pack as well. And then the hanging air plants are from Movie Hangout Stuff. I did not use limited packs in this, sorry to disappoint. But we have some wall shelves here from the new Crystal Creation Stuff Pack, and I'm adding one more plant. And then here are those rooms. I will put the creator's ID right here, and you can get these off the gallery. They're very handy. You still have to charge them. They obviously don't come charged. That would take a very long time and many little charging plates to get that done, but it is possible, and you could add them to your Sims inventory if you just wanted to keep them. I think it's very handy. Adding this little shelf with the hanging plant from Paranormal Stuff Pack as well, and then also these leaf decorations from Eco Lifestyle. I just thought they looked really nice, and I could add more crystals to that shelf too. And yes, everybody can get through that little hallway and up those stairs. And then here is a little hanging plant thing from A Realm of Magic, just changing these curtains. They're still from Cats and Dogs, but I used the smaller ones because they kind of looked a little bulky, the bigger ones in the corners here. And then out here, we will get back to this later, but I do add a wall plant, and then I lost a bunch of footage because I didn't realize that I thought I had paused, but in fact I had ended my recording, so whoops. We are in the daughter's room, and we are adding some lights and a lovely laptop, some decorations. She has like a flower vase on her desk. We have the dresser and the hanging clothes from Dream Home Decorator, the modular ones. And then I'm also adding these lovely butterfly wall decorations from Kids Room Stuff. And I like how they kind of look like they're flying up the stairs. So I just use Tool Mod to slightly rotate the top set of butterflies to be a little bit more organic looking and not quite so rigid with the other set. And I think it came out really cute. I like how that looks. And then we're picking out some more toddler room decorations. We also have some posters and some art hanging on the wall. There's a bear doctor kit, and there's a dollhouse. I did size it down a little bit. And then also this rug from high school years with the pink and gold ombre and the stars. I very much enjoy that one as well. And then we have some wall lights going in because there's an open ceiling, so I thought that a hanging light didn't really make sense. I used this one from Paranormal Stuff Pack. I like the scalloped look about it. And then I moved this wall decoration over here behind the desk because I thought that looked nicer, just taking a closer look at it right about here. And then here is our back deck. We have a bench, chess, telescope, that's pretty much it. But it came together really quickly and I realized I didn't have it on camera, so I wanted to show you. Now here are some more crystals going in. I am placing them on the mantle in the living room. I wanted to grab some that actually made sense to use in the home. So like I didn't want ones that would make people flirty all the time or energized all the time. I wanted ones that are just more convenient, and then you can just kind of charge them as needed. If you want, like, okay, tomorrow I want my sim to do a whole bunch of skill building activities, so I'm going to use this one that increases the speed of skill building, something like that. I wanted to get the more practical ones in my opinion, but I also threw a whole bunch just randomly into these display cabinets because I just thought they looked awesome and I just wanted to use them. So threw some on the crafting table and also on the desk, and then there's some more in the hutch on the other side of the room. I also grabbed this one that prevents fires, and I thought that was so much fun. So it prevents fires while cooking when it's charged. I did test it. It did charge, and she had like a buff that said safe from fire or something. So I like that. And then changing up the utensils here, I got rid of the ones from Horse Ranch and went with Base Game instead. Then we are adding a chimney up here that matches the fireplace, and I just had to go back and forth a whole bunch of times and make sure that I grab the correct swatch. I actually like the red swatch on the top better. Now we are going to see a whole bunch of landscaping. So we're going in with these debug bushes, my favorite ones. I was so happy to have my mods back so that I could have my organized debug the way I like it, and then could copy and paste debug items with the eyedropper tool. It's my favorite. I love it so much. And then here are some more werewolves debug plants going in, and we have some ferns and we have some wildflowers. There's a whole bunch of a lot of flowers going in here. We got some lavender, we got the foxglove from Cottage Living debug, and then we have this one here, which is just Base Game. That one actually did cost money. And also this little trio of plants that's from Outdoor Retreat debug or Live At It. I really like them. They just look more like organic lavender pieces. Like they're not straight and rigid. They have little pieces in between. So I really like that. Also, those gnomes are going to end up going in the garden. But first we are adding some vines. These ones are from Cottage Living debug. I really like these as well. I kind of just cover this whole side of this house with them. And then there's also a skinny guy from University that fits really well right here. A big bush from, I think that one's from Cottage Living, although the same one comes with Cottage Living, Growing Together. All the recent packs have that same exact bush in the debug menu, so who's to say? And then we are grabbing some more plants from the Romantic Garden stuff, and this little bunch of flowers is from High School Years. I think there's also a similar one in the Outdoor Retreat debug menu as well. And then also these lovely yellow flowers from Growing Together debug. I love them. They're so pretty and so versatile. And then we have some clumps of grass as well. I thought this place shouldn't look too manicured considering where it is in the world, right near like the old lumber yard. So adding that crystal tree there, you just saw me move that tiny clump of dirt. That's going to be the crystal tree. And then putting these crystal gnomes all over the garden just to kind of brighten it up a little bit, and you can charge those and they do work outside. Then we have some more bushes going in, just this long one. It's very simple. I just wanted to kind of cover the foundation a little bit. And then we have more of these corner plants going in, a little bit more vines. And I think after that we move on to like getting the backyard and back deck kind of situated, because I do end up adding a covered outdoor kitchen. And it took me a while. I did cut out most of it, but it took me a while because I wanted there to be a roof piece, like an actual ceiling, so that I could use the glass floor tiles from Island Living so that you could see out, but it was covered and protected from rain. Because if you have an outdoor kitchen, you don't want it raining in your outdoor kitchen. That's just my thought. So here I am setting out the tiles for where the kitchen was going to go so I could get the rest of the flowers in, using more of those from High School Years debug, and then grabbing the rest from the front so that I could fill in this space a little bit more. I think I just grabbed like some more wildflowers, maybe some more stuff from Romantic Garden. I really like that pack actually. I'm glad that they had it for free for so long. So I hope everybody had a chance to grab that. It can come in very, very useful. Then here I am drawing out the room. So I had to draw out the room and then add the ceiling piece and then add the crystal clear, like ceiling pieces, I think is what they're called. I don't know what they're called, but they're called crystal. I always search crystal and then wait for them to come up. That's how I find them, because otherwise I can't remember what category they are in. But they are right here. They are from Island Living, and I use them in like this brown wood swatch in between, and it looks really, 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 really nice. And then I get rid of the walls. I do end up adding half walls on like 3 of the 4 sides, and then I add this like wall trim on the outside to hide that clipping. And then I do also go in with this fence piece, and I kind of draw my own lattice pergola thing, and I really like it, and it is very functional. My sim is out there grilling all the time. I have to put another one of those crystals next to her grill, but we have that coming together just fine. And then over here is where I'm picking out a bunch of stuff from Desert Luxe. So the grill is from Desert Luxe, also the bar, and then I also pick out some of these like little cubey things to act as like fake like countertops. But I did need to have actual countertops, because if your sim is out here and she wants to use the pizza oven that I end up putting in, I needed to have some countertop prep space. And then also that little bookshelf thing, or the little display shelf, I love that. So these countertops are from, I believe, Perfect Patio. I'm pretty sure they're from Perfect Patio. And then there's that pizza oven, adding an outdoor sink here, and some grill tools from Backyard Stuff as well, or Perfect Patio. Same with the barbecue sauce and the little, bottles of ketchup and stuff. That one is from Backyard Stuff. The tools and the barbecue sauces are from Perfect Patio. Oh man, it's too many. I'm sorry if I'm getting them confused, but we're also adding some lemons near the bar because I thought that was necessary, and some citronella candles to keep the bugs away. There's also a ceiling fan I put in here from Desert Luxe, and that is hanging on one of the beams. I thought that was necessary to get some breeze in here. And then this table is from Movie Hangout Stuff. I like how it's so colorful and kind of jewel toned. And then the chairs are from Laundry Day. I use them a lot for my outdoor chairs. And then we have a light going in here. I think I use this one again from inside, just that little oil lamp. And then here are the half walls I have going in. And I also get rid of like 2 tiles of the walls on the side to be like an exit, and then 2 on this side to be a side entrance. I thought that made a lot of sense. You wouldn't want to be stuck in this little enclosed space if it suddenly caught fire, right? These are the Sims after all. Got to make sure we're safe. And then we're adding the wall trim just in white here, and also some more landscaping, getting it all overgrown and just looking like it fits in to this world. And also these mushrooms, let's talk about these mushrooms. These are from Cottage Living Debug as well, and they're very cute, and I really like putting them up against like fences or walls outside, because it just makes sense that that's where water would collect, so that is where the mushrooms would grow. It's the realism for me. And we got a little trio of ferns going in all over the place, plus a singular fern, some more of this foxglove from Cottage Living Debug. And after this, I think it's mostly just landscaping, although I do add monkey bars and a swing set for the child. And I think the monkey bars are from Romantic Garden Stuff, believe it or not. They come with really pretty, like flowery, like overgrown vined monkey bars. And then the swing is from the Little Campers kit. And I just kind of wanted her to have a really nice outdoor space that she could go play and stay on the lot, because you don't want to be roaming around. There's werewolves everywhere. You don't want to be roaming. And then we got a trash can out for the front, because that is important. And working on the rest of our stuff here, yes, there is that lovely set of monkey bars going in, and then ever so shortly you will see the swing set. And oh, you know what? I forgot, we added a pool. Yes, I grabbed a toddler pool for the toddler, because when it gets warm out, I assume he's going to want somewhere to cool off. And that's pretty much it. Adding more of these clumps of trees, and I just kind of rotate them, because they're like rotating on a single axis. They can actually be slightly off the lot, but they still register as being on lot, which is quite handy. Again, debug and live edit, gotta love it. But the rest of this is pretty much just the terrain paint. I used a bunch of dirt. I used the pine duff that came with the werewolves pack. And I also just kind of went in and layered layers upon layers of different kinds of dirt so that it would look like it all fit in. And then I put some like river stones very, very lightly leading up to the front door and also to the back entrance to like the playground area. And I think that's really fun. So there's our mom and our child and our toddler all hanging out in the front yard, having a great time, just waiting for their house to magically become built. I don't know. I can't imagine what it's like to be a sim. But thank you so much for joining me here today. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments down below. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think of the new pack, or if you're waiting to get it till later. And I really, really hope that you're having a lot of fun with this one. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.